We have a world to save. We have a sister to save. We have but one sealed verse uncollected. No, we have two sealed verses. I'm a liar. So we're gonna get them in this. Actually, maybe I ought to save one.
I suppose rules are rules, even if they are absurd.
I don't think they're absurd.
Oh?
Those rules are important to the masked people.
You don't say.
I do. And I think it's important we respect that.
Well, well. The boy is beginning to sound like a man.
Boy, I'm not a kid, you know.
Hey, less talking, more walking.
Yeah, pretty sure NieR at this point is supposed to be 16. Oh, I just did a 16-year-old simulation there. That was by complete accident, too. He's got a good head on his shoulders. Reminds me a lot of myself. With a few differences here and there. Namely, I don't have snow white hair. There was a Snow White movie that came out recently. They should rename it to Yellow Snow, because I'm not gonna eat that. Yeah, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. More like Yellow Snow and the 7 Reasons to Stop Being Alive. I have half a mind to jump again, but I'm not going to. There will come a point when I focus a little more on some of the side quests. But like I said, a lot of them follow a pretty cut and dry formula. It's a little unfun. Yeah, it's mostly just a bunch of fetch quests, like get said number of said item, then deliver it back to the person who sent you on the quest. Quest solved. With a few exceptions here and there. Like the one with the old man and his dog I showed off. That was an exception. That was an exceptional exception. Exception inception. An exceptional. Now I'm just, vocabulating. Yeah, you're good with words. Get over yourself, dude. Oh, right, bedridden sister. Better check on her.
Yona?
Oh, hey,
How are you feeling?
better, now that I'm taking the medicine you brought.
Good.
By the way, are you gonna stay here today?
Yes!
You bet.
Really? You'll stay with me? Really?
Yes!
Yeah, Yona. I'll stay.
Yay!
Hey.
Now get back to bed.
Yeah, sleep.
Okay.
I hear a voice. I squint and see a boy standing before me. His hair is silver, his skin is pale. He stares up at me with hard, glassy eyes. Soon his lips begin to move, but no sound comes out. What is he saying? I can't hear him. I can't hear him. I can't hear him. I can't. I try to leave, but something about the boy holds my gaze. I watch his face, expressionless, as his lips slowly flutter. What is he trying to say? Wait, it's a phrase. I can just almost make it out. It starts with an S, and there's an E. I can almost see it now. The letters begin to fall together, one after the other, faster and faster. SEALEDVERSE. It's a sealed verse. The thing I am looking for. The key to saving my sister. I stare at the boy with renewed ferocity, trying to desperately make out his next word. DREAM. Dream. What? What the hell does that mean? The lips move again, faster now. I can't follow them. Damn it, I can't make it out. I want to scream. I want to tear the walls down around me, but instead I force myself to be calm. I can do this. I can do this for Yona. Slowly, ever so slowly, I parse out the letters that make up his final words. FORESTOFMYTH.
Just a dream.
Just a dream, NieR.
Even in my dreams, I'm hunting sealed verses.
Oh, yes. Even in your dreams.
Morning.
Morning, Yona.
What's wrong? Are you feeling sick too?
No, I had a strange dream.
What was it about?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it.
'Cause I had a dream too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Me and this boy were playing a game together.
What kind of game?
It was called Guess the Words. I think he made it up because I never heard of it before.
How did it work?
The boy would move his mouth, but no words would come out. Then I had to guess what he was trying to say. It was hard. I wanted to play hide and seek, but we had to play his dumb game instead.
So what did he say?
I don't know. All I could figure out was dream and forest of myth. But don't worry, I'm gonna study hard so that next time I can figure out everything. We should play a game together sometime too.
Sure, Yona.
Oh,
Say, next time you go out, could you pick something up for me?
yes.
Sure, Yona. What do you need?
A melon.
A melon? You got it.
I'll get you a melon, little sister. Let's get sister a melon.
Something troubling you, lad?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Come on, I need to go ask Popola something.
We can ask her after we get the melon. Sell me a melon! Nope.
Come back soon.
Sell me a melon!
Shrine off to the east. It's a large stone building surrounded by cliffs.
No, you're a side quest. Sell me a melon! Oh, this simply will not do. No, 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 no. This will not do. I'll go to Seafront first. Yes, to Seafront. No big spooky shades out to say hi to me. I'm so sad. Seafront. Come on, Seafront. I require a melon. Give me a melon. Thank goodness it's just melon singular. I wouldn't want to ask for melons plural.
Starving.
A city of this size must have some manner of eatery nearby.
Under the circumstances of this RPG, not that I say no to melons, period.
Care for some imported fruits and vegetables?
Specifically a melon! Oh.
Thanks for your business.
I always expect the important items to be lower down.
We got the latest advances in medicine here. You won't find this stuff nowhere else.
Okay.
Hope to see you again.
I'll teach you to kick me. Stupid deer. I'm gonna get you like they got Bambi's mom. Is it still too soon even though it's been 80 years or something? I feel like it shouldn't be, but to some it might be. Ow. Yeah. I did it. No items? Nothing? Oh. Oh. Oh, I should probably, no. I should probably show off Dark Wall while I have the chance. I may have a specific sealed verse I prefer over the others, but it's no excuse to not show them all off, especially in such a deep playthrough like I'm going through now. I'm fine. I did a really bad time.
I got your melon, Yona.
Thanks.
If there's anything else you want, just let me know.
Well, since you offered, would you mind getting me a watermelon?
A watermelon this time? Sure thing.
Next chance I get. Dear NieR. Dear NieR. Dear NieR. Popola. I'd stick out my neck for Popola.
What's up, Popola?
Oh, hi. I just got a strange letter in the mail.
Huh.
That is certainly one bizarre piece of writing.
Who's it from?
The mayor of a small village in the Forest of Myth. It's a wooded area up north.
The Forest of Myth?
They're usually a bright and cheerful group of people. Something like this is very out of character for them. I have a bad feeling about this.
I'll check it out.
You will? But...
Don't worry about it. I've got business there anyway.
Oh, well, all right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Tally ho, Pumbaa.
I have to save Yona!
Calm down. You cannot prevail if you are blinded with rage.
Oh yeah. Dark wall. That's all it does. And now I am safeguarded from their attacks. That's all there is to it. Much better. Now, we have a verse to collect.
It sure is quiet here.
Such silence bodes ill. There's trouble on the way. I'm certain of it.
You know, a little optimism now and then wouldn't hurt, Vice.
Such cheek.
Optimism's more of NieR's forte, anyway. Tell me something, Doc.
Beware.
That's something, all right.
Beware. The words.
The words? What do you mean?
Contagious words. Those who dream.
Those who dream?
Hold a moment. There is a strange new sensation in my mind.
Yeah, and the captions just got longer. Vice's voice rose in a quizzical way.
It is not quizzical.
What's going on?
The villager's body shuddered as he slowly opened his eyes.
Perhaps we should start by asking this man.
Who are you?
We heard something happened to this village, so we came to see if we could help.
The mayor stared at NieR and Vice.
If you can speak to me, I must have caught you in my dream.
In your dream?
The mayor explained. In the past weeks, a mysterious disease called the Death Dream had spread across the Forest of Myths. Those who caught it were cursed to fall asleep and live forever within the world of their own dreams. The village mayor had determined the Death Dream was spread from person to person by spoken words. But before he could learn more, the disease took him as well. Vice stared at the mayor, his mouth twitching slightly.
Now see here. Are you saying that we have been absorbed into your dream?
Well, yes. I think you have.
In other words, we've caught the Death Dream?
Before the mayor could confirm NieR's suspicion, Vice exploded with rage.
Ridiculous. Preposterous. Completely unfathomable on every conceivable level. I don't even recall falling asleep.
That's just how the Death Dream works.
Though polite, the mayor was clearly trying to brush aside the book's remarks.
My remarks are not to be brushed aside, fool.
The mayor twisted his mouth into an embarrassed grimace, then quickly changed the subject to who NieR had seen and what they had discussed since coming to the village.
Something there must have caused you to enter my dream. A certain conversation, a specific word, something.
NieR and Vice racked their brains, but they could find no easy solutions. There were simply too many words to consider, too much random chatter, too many meaningless conversations.
Grimoire Vice does not engage in meaningless conversations.
The mere suggestion that Vice chose his words carelessly seemed to sting his pride.
It does not seem to sting my pride, you bloated gasbag of a narrator. It has demolished it utterly.
Irritated, Vice looked skyward, as if searching for answers in the heavens.
I was doing no such thing. Just leave me alone already.
The anger created by his harsh words bled over to NieR like a contagion. Wait, NieR suddenly said. Did someone just say contagion?
Yes, I believe so. What of it?
Well, that villager told us to watch out for contagious words, right? The mayor leaned forward with renewed interest, pushing a startled Vice aside in the process. He must have said something, right? Asked the mayor. Some specific combination of words. What was it? It was about dreaming, something that dreams, or... Oh, what the hell was it? A sheep! Cried Vice suddenly, blurting out the first thing that popped into his head. The others stared at him for a moment before slowly shaking their heads. After a few more minutes of thought, NieR's face suddenly lit up. I remember, he said. Those who dream. That's what he said, I'm sure of it. At this, the mayor produced a thick shield of papers from his pocket. He flipped through them a few times before finally nodding his approval at NieR. That sounds right, he said, as a stray sheet of paper fluttered in the ground. My notes also maintain something about that. I bet it was the last thing you heard before you fell asleep. The mayor shook his head, his worn pencil stub tracing lines across a lone piece of paper. For the last month, I've done nothing but study the disease we call the death dream, he said. I mean, I'm the mayor, right? It's my job to protect people from whatever comes along. But I never expected a couple of outsiders to start entering people's dreams. The mayor paused, a grimace crossing his face. I should probably be taking notes or something. Vice immediately fired back. I applaud the force of will it takes to research a disease in your dreams, he said. But perhaps we should bend your efforts to escaping this place instead of trying to understand it. The mayor's hand tightened around his pencil, snapping off the tip. I've tried to escape. From the very moment I realized I was locked inside my own dream, I've been looking for a way out, but I don't think it exists. I mean, this is my dream, right? If there was an exit, I'd know about it. He paused for a moment, his unfocused eyes staring at nothing. My village was beautiful, he said to no one in particular, and it was filled with the most wonderful people you could ever hope to meet. Once this disease took hold, things changed. It's like someone took a sponge and soaked all of the color out of our lives. I just want us to be whole again. I want us to be free, and I won't stop trying until it happens. NieR nodded in agreement. Huh? Wait a second. I didn't nod. Look, if we can't be of any help, said NieR, just ask. Now hold on! I did not say that! Silence! Cried Vice. The grimoire looked from NieR to the mayor and back again, his face filling with confidence. Grimoire Vice's face is always confident. Thank you very much. Now, see here, Mayor, you told us that nothing can exist in this dream without your knowing of it. But yet you seem surprised to see us when we first arrived, yes? The mayor slowly raised his head, realization dawning on his face. Oh my God, he said. You're right. I had no idea you were coming. The human imagination is a limitless engine, said Vice. And dreams are the fuel. If you can imagine an exit, then it must be so.
With your permission, we shall search it out.
Thank you, said the mayor. I don't know how I can repay you. Payment is not required. We are as eager as you to be done with this place. The mayor suddenly felt as if he could breathe again. He'd almost forgotten what it was like. Good luck, you two, he called at the departing forms of NieR and Weiss. We're all counting on you. As NieR slowly faded into the misty forest, the mayor was struck by a sense of déjà vu. I saw this man once before, he thought. But where? NieR's mood darkened as he trudged through the forest. Hours earlier, when the beauty of the place was still a new thing, he'd been confident they could get in, find the exit, and be home in time for dinner. But the deeper they went, the more the forest closed in around him. The mist made it difficult to see more than a foot in any direction, and moss-covered rocks seemed determined to twist his ankle. More than once, he'd been forced to steady himself on the rough bark of a tree, and his hands now left small trails of blood on everything he touched. Additionally, Weiss was proving to be a spectacularly poor traveling companion. Unhindered by either terrain or physical effort, he spent most of his time urging NieR to pick up the pace and grumbling about their slow progress. Finally, after Weiss muttered something about legless turtles being more adept at navigating the environment, NieR snapped. Okay, Weiss, cram it for a second, would you? You don't have to walk. NieR leaned against a tree and tried to stretch the knots from his back. How can this stupid forest be so big? He muttered to himself. The moment the words tumbled from his mouth, a cacophony of insects sprang to life. Every imaginable form of buzz, click, and hiss roared out at a volume that rattled his teeth. NieR slapped his hands over his ears and screamed to be heard. Weiss, what's going on? NieR could see Weiss's mouth moving, but he might as well have been shouting in a tornado. The insects screamed, the forest howled, and then, just as NieR's ears seemed ready to tear from his head and go running for cover, the sound diminished. Hesitantly, he removed the hand from his left ear and listened to the creatures of the woods. Shuck, shuck, shuck. Woo-ma! Woo-ma! Shick, 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 shick. As the insect symphony dimmed another decibel, NieR began to detect patterns in the sound. This isn't random, he thought. It's not just white noise, it's something else. The insects weren't just calling out, they were asking a question. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? By my pages, is this a riddle? I guess so. I mean, it feels sort of forced, but maybe it's the key to getting out of this place. Then I leave it to you to answer. 1 with it is lacking. 2 with it is ideal. 3 with it is dangerous. What is it? The answer is a secret. Inwardly furious that Weiss left the task to him, NieR sighed and gave the only answer that made sense. It's a secret. Right? The sound of the insects stopped as suddenly as it began. The forest undergrowth parted before NieR like a rippling wave, opening a new path. These forest arthropods are making a road for us, said Weiss with glee. Pleased at the passing of the test, NieR moved on with new intensity. The path offered his body relief from the undergrowth, but it gave even greater cheer to his mind. As long as they were on a path, their journey had a purpose.
I guess this forest has accepted us, huh? Said NieR after a bit. Weiss spun around to face his companion. Do not mistake the will of this forest for some happy pet you can suddenly befriend. We have no idea where this path leads. As Weiss finished speaking, the pair turned a corner and found themselves facing a clear forest spring. Smiling, NieR picked up a small rock and sent it skipping across the surface of the water. Good heavens, said Weiss. His surprise was understandable. Each time the rock struck the surface of the water, a musical note rang out. When the rock finally stopped moving and sank to the bottom of the spring, the ripples it left behind came together to form words. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Absurdly easy, barked Weiss. Now answer it. NieR grit his teeth and tried not to reach out and strangle his companion. He's right after all. This one's pretty easy. I enter through the window, but break no glass. When night falls, I vanish. What am I? Sunlight! A plume of water suddenly burst from the spring. Sunlight filtered through the trees and reflected off the plume, creating a shimmering rainbow that spanned the horizon. In all my years, said Weiss softly, I had never seen such a sight. Perhaps I have misunderstood the intentions of this place. Hey, look, cried NieR, awaking Weiss from his daze. There's a house or something over there. Glancing in the direction of his friend's extended hand, Weiss saw a small cottage nestled among the trees. That's weird, isn't it, Weiss? I mean, who would build a house all the way over here? NieR walked over and pounded on the door. After a minute of solid banging, the door cracked open and a small man peered out. His body was cloaked from neck to toe in a large black cape, while his face was obscured by mist. Began NieR, but before he could get any further, the cloaked man held up a hand and began to speak. I have 4 legs in the morning, 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? NieR tried to ask the cloaked man who he was and what he was doing there, but he simply repeated the question. If we wish to engage this man in conversation, said Weiss, it seems we must answer his riddle. Yeah, I suppose, said NieR. Well, at least it's an easy one. I have 4 legs in the morning and 2 at noon, but end the night with 3. What am I? A man! The mist dissolved from the cloaked figure as he spoke a single word. Correct. With that, the man flung his garment aside, revealing his true identity. You're the mayor! Cried NieR. The small man slowly shook his head. I am not the mayor you know. Now listen to my words. Long ago, I saw a version of you that was not yourself. Sorry. What's that mean? It will make sense in time. At present, I simply congratulate you on cracking the seal of the Death Dream. Now you must go to the person at the forest entrance. With that, the man turned on his heel and slammed the door behind him. As NieR watched, mist seeped up from the ground and enveloped the cottage, erasing it from existence. When NieR and Weiss returned to the forest entrance, they found the mayor leaning against a tree. As soon as he caught sight of the duo, he sprang to his feet and scrambled over to them. Good gravy, he cried. You made it! You actually made it back! His left hand grasped NieR's and pumped it so fiercely it threatened to dislodge him from the socket, while his right seized Weiss by the cover and swung him through the air. By the heavens, stop shaking me, fool! We have not even told you if we were successful or not. The mayor smiled broadly and shook his head. I'm just happy you're alive. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. NieR withdrew himself from the mayor's eager handshake with a slight smile. We broke the Death Dream seal, he said. At least I think we did. The mayor's face beamed as NieR filled him in the details. When the tale was done, the three of them laid down on the forest ground and fell asleep. NieR cocked his head. Okay, hang on a second. This is crazy. Why would we just lay down and go to sleep? Cease your endless prattle and go to sleep, fool. Fighting against the rules of this place is futility itself. NieR and the mayor obediently reclined atop the grassy earth. Have you forgotten? Continued Weiss. It is words that control the death dream. Words that allow us to move from place to place. No matter how unnatural they seem, the words are absolute. Therefore, if the words tell us to sleep, then sleep we shall. And once we do, the story shall continue. With that, the trio found their eyes growing heavy, their breath slowing. This is the first time, began the mayor. The first time I felt tired since I was imprisoned here. His words were cut off by a loud, long yawn, and he remembered nothing more. They might have slept for an hour or a year. When they awoke, things had a slightly more real quality to them. The mist felt thicker, the leaves greener. It was clear they had awakened from their dream. NieR shook the mayor's shoulder gently. Good news, he said. I think we made it. Oh, wow, said the mayor in an odd voice. We did. I'm back. He blinked once and then again, as if not quite believing the sight before him. You two have no idea how much this means. The death dream was spreading through our village, and I wanted to... Well, I thought I could figure out how to stop it. But I guess that wasn't the case. I must have caught the disease and become trapped in my own dream. The mayor started to stand, then collapsed back to the earth. He stared at his legs as if trying to remember how they worked, then glanced at NieR and shrugged. Without a word, the young man reached down and pulled the mayor to his feet. Real life may take some getting used to, said the mayor with a wry smile crossed on his lips. You shall relearn in short order, I'm sure, said Weiss. For now you will return to your home and rest. No, said the mayor, swaying on unsteady feet. No, I can't. Some of the villagers are still trapped in the death dream. I have to save them. The mayor slowly made his way to the divine tree in the center of the village, then bowed his head and prayed silently. This is a holy tree, he explained when the prayer was finished. It's the guardian of our village's history and memories. Superstition will only make our mission harder, muttered Weiss. We should not put our faith in the gods. The mayor shook his head. Not the gods, the words. Legend says that our tree is home to a powerful magic known as a sealed verse. NieR and Weiss could not contain their surprise. It seemed a goal had been found in the most unexpected of places. I say, muttered Weiss, this is certainly a stroke of luck. As the three of them said their goodbyes, NieR mentioned the strange man who had given them the third riddle and the mysterious words he left them with. I once saw a version of you that was not yourself, muttered the mayor. What in the world does that mean? Lost in thought, he stared into space for a long moment. You know, he said softly, this is going to sound odd, but I had a feeling I'd seen you before, too. NieR tried to keep a straight face and failed, but the mayor didn't seem to notice. Deja vu, right? Anyway, I figure it's some kind of illusion created by the death dream. It probably doesn't mean anything. NieR gave the mayor a nod and a smile, but inwardly his thoughts were racing. There's something wrong about the mayor and his words. What exactly is going on here? That riddle would prove to be the most difficult one of all.
Oh, thank you so much. Now I can finally return to a normal life.
This is one of the most bizarre diseases I have ever encountered.
I know. That's why we have to help the other villagers, no matter what.
For a sealed verse, that didn't take much effort.
Yes, all a touch too easy if you ask me. It's almost as if someone was guiding us to this village.
Don't overthink advice.
Somebody was guiding them to this village. Somebody that they had mentioned in that dream there. Somebody that the man in the black cape who looked like the mayor, someone that he mentioned. That's who guided NieR and Vice to this location. They want them to find the sealed verses for a very specific reason. But enough of that, my throat's sore.